Mark Stevenson, We Do Things Differently, The Outsiders Rebooting Our World. Embark on a journey through We Do Things Differently, The Outsiders Rebooting Our World by Mark Stevenson, a book that showcases the groundbreaking work of innovators and their unconventional solutions to real-world issues. In this book, we delve into the intricacies of various fields, including healthcare, agriculture, energy, and education. You will discover how powerful figures such as Jamie Haywood, Samir Brahmachari, and Peter Dearman use their ingenuity to challenge conventional wisdom and bring about positive changes. Prepare to be inspired by their tenacious spirit and the practical approaches they use to address complex challenges.
Practical fixers. Innovative people who identify dysfunctional systems in various fields such as food, energy, healthcare, education, and politics are crucial to implement practical solutions. The book states that these individuals are not merely dreamers but dedicated optimists who take action now, instead of waiting for the future. By challenging the idea that established ways of doing things are the only solutions, innovators offer a refreshing perspective. In conclusion, the world needs these determined, future-shaping activists to tackle current and impending problems. A Maverick scientist's fight against ALS. Jamie Haywood's younger brother was diagnosed with ALS, and rather than wait for drug approvals, he founded the ALS Therapy Development Institute, ALS-TDI, to test already approved drugs that might work as off-label ALS treatments. The institute tests included a promising lead on Celebrex, which proved fruitless. As Jamie's resolve to fix the drug research system held firm after Stephen died in 2006, he and his brother, along with their friend, launched Patients Like Me. It's a website that empowers people with various conditions to log their symptoms and treatments in a structured way that makes their data comparable. The website enables sufferers to find and befriend others with similar ailments and join systematic off-label drug trials. This system has benefited patients, and participation improves outcomes. The book highlights how Jamie's passionate resolve changes the drug research system and provides an innovative solution to the biases and conflicts of interest fueling the problem. It also presents how the Patients Like Me platform was launched, which enables patients to be involved in medical research. Participatory medicine and open-source drug discovery. Dave DeBronkart and Samir Brahmachari share how empowering patients and using open-source methods could revolutionize healthcare. Dave DeBronkart's journey to establishing the Society for Participatory Medicine began with a cancer scare. He discovered the long-shot drug interleukin through an online cancer community, demonstrating the power of patients having access to information and being active participants in their healthcare. Similarly, Samir Brahmachari sought to address the lack of drug development for tuberculosis, TB, which primarily affects poor people who cannot afford the high costs of research and development. Brahmachari's open-source drug discovery initiative provides an alternative to traditional drug development, using crowdsourced gene sequence annotators and an in silico computer simulation model of a TB bacterium. The project hopes to reduce the 5,000 to 1 failure to success ratio to 100 to 1. The open-source malaria project employs similar techniques. Both DeBronkart and Brahmachari are passionate about challenging the status quo and embracing alternative, collaborative approaches in healthcare. They believe that the democratization of information and open-source methods could revolutionize medicine, enabling patients to be active participants in their own healthcare rather than passive recipients of standardized treatments. By empowering patients and leveraging the power of the crowd, they hope to promote more effective, affordable, and accessible healthcare for all. Sustainable Farming Revolution. Agricultural Rural Development Agency, KGVK, in India is advocating for the system of rice or root intensification, SR, farming method. SRI is a controversial approach that can produce high crop yields using plant spacing, weeding, and rainwater without chemicals or GMOs. Supporters claim that SRI can provide 3 or 4 times more rice yields than the traditional method. The Green Revolution, promoted by Nobel Peace Prize winner Norman Borlaug, relied on high-yield methods that involved fertilizers, pesticides, weed killers, and intensive irrigation, which depleted natural resources. While the International Rice Research Institute has dismissed these claims, scientists like Erika Steiger and Güssing find strong evidence that supports agroecological methods like SRI as a sustainable farming alternative. The Dearman engine, a solution to food waste and energy grid challenges. The Dearman engine, invented by Peter Dearman in 2000, is a world-changing engine that runs clean and cold on liquid air. Unlike fossil fuel engines, it produces no pollution and can solve significant global problems. One of its main uses is to mitigate food waste, as it can provide cheap refrigeration in areas that lack cold chains. Furthermore, the engine can also solve energy grid challenges by providing instant clean power during periods of high demand. With the possibility of producing fuel in solar-powered, air liquefying factories, the Dearman engine can form a part of the solution for a sustainable and climate-friendly energy system. Güssing's renewable energy revolution. Discover how the small town of Güssing in Austria took control of their energy system and created a sustainable future. In the late 1800s, Thomas Edison championed direct current, DC, technology in a bid to promote his patented inventions, despite the growing popularity of alternating current, AC, technology. The latter won out in what is now known as the War of Currents, thanks to advocates like Nikola Tesla. Today, some local communities are moving towards direct current technology to take control of one centralized energy system spawned by AC, in what some insiders call Edison's revenge. One such Austrian town following this trend is Güssing, led by the mayor Peter Vadash. In 1992, he sought to use progressive energy policies to bring an economic boost to the town. He aimed to create a renewable energy system based on locally generated power, using resources like the town's forest. The town saw money flowing into profit-driven energy companies and wanted to control their own energy future. The energy trilemma, defined by the World Energy Council, is the challenge of ensuring fair, affordable, and environmentally friendly energy access. Those who support fossil fuels claim renewable fuels lead to higher bills and more power outages, while environmentalists disagree. Fossil fuel subsidies are also often debated, as the true cost of air pollution and climate damage is not factored into the equation. The International Energy Agency estimates the cost of such externalities to be $500 billion globally. Güssing lost trade after the fall of the Iron Curtain but has since become a renewable energy leader thanks to Vadash's policies, coupled with the efforts of local pro-basketball player turned engineer, Reinhard Koch. The town's sustainable utilities include a biogas fermentation plant, solar water heating systems, a Fischer-Tropsch reactor that makes liquid hydrocarbon fuels from waste gas, and a biomassa Kraftwerk power station that gasifies dry forest floor waste to generate electricity and heat homes. Güssing generates power locally but relies on Austria's grid for distribution, forcing the town to work with price-setting intermediaries. If small-scale renewable generators had direct access to the grid, they could sell surplus energy back into it competitively, making renewable energy more accessible and stimulating local economies. Koch and Vadash's policies focused on sustainability, economic viability, and local ownership, creating a successful model for other communities to follow. Güssing's transformation proves that renewable energy systems can be a powerful economic tool and benefit both the environment and local communities. Reinventing the energy landscape. Bob Metcalfe's vision of a smart grid-based internet inspired James Johnston to co-found Open Utility, which brings peer-to-peer technology to energy markets. With open and flexible market access, green energy suppliers can gain a competitive advantage. The small-scale internet trials are now evolving into significant projects in California, China, and other parts of the world. The internet will transform the energy sector, bringing about a new era with more significant renewable energy use that is cost-effective and environmentally friendly. The rise of urban farming. Ashley Atkinson and her organization Keep Growing Detroit coordinates multiple urban farming projects to supply Detroit's culinary industry with fresh produce. While providing supermarkets with healthy food or employing people is not enough to make a significant difference in public health, the community action and collective efficacy generated by urban farming projects like those in Detroit promote crime reduction and ease tensions. Detroit has become a beacon for urban farming and has inspired other cities worldwide, including Santa Fe, Addis Ababa, Cape Town, Kathmandu, to embrace this increasingly popular method of food production. Innovative approaches to old problems. This book excerpt showcases real-life examples of individuals who use creative ways to tackle common issues. Activists across the world are discovering the power of unconventional methods to address pre-existing problems. In Brazil, Maria Inés Nejas and Fernando Pimentel are advocating for a process called participatory budgeting that involves citizens in deciding on local budget priorities. The approach allows for the evaluation of competing projects by citizen committees who vote on their preferred projects for funding. In England, Carl Jarvis responded to a job listing for the Hartsholme Academy and found a school with low morale and difficult students. He had previously owned a nightclub and drew on his personal experience to turn the school around by encouraging pupils to self-critique and learn from each other. He also galvanized faculty members into a team with high aspirations, turning Hartsholme into a high-achieving school. Finally, Bruce Ward in New South Wales, Australia, uses a holistic management method for his cattle that ensures their health by keeping them in a single roaming herd instead of splitting them into groups. This method preserves resources, works with nature, and draws from the past. These unconventional methods reveal that old problems can be solved by new approaches.
After exploring the numerous examples of innovators highlighted in this book, we can see that there are practical yet unconventional solutions to many of the world's pressing issues. From altering drug research practices to adopting sustainable, eco-friendly methods in agriculture, these leaders have shown that it's possible to make substantial impacts by working against the grain. They demonstrate that true progress lies in the creativity, determination, and belief in one's ability to change the status quo. As we move forward, these innovations will undoubtedly continue to inspire the next generation of problem solvers, leading to a better, brighter world for everyone.